Big Meech is one of those individuals that a lot of individuals in the urban community look up to. They really do. A lot of people look up to Big Meech.
Dudes can't do that, man. They don't know that. They don't know that.
That's what it is to be a cultural icon. Like,
yeah,
for real.
And I work hard, though. I work hard.
We been had money. Money ain't nothing without us being together. It don't do no own homes. We don't have to go in and rent shit. We got our own houses. We got our own cars.
Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe button. Like, subscribe button, tell a friend. Here we have another crazy story, Big Meech. A lot of individuals say, you know what, Big Meech, he's a man. He was the man. And I keep saying, how was he the man? Big Meech was probably one of the dumbest criminals to ever do it. Think about that. To being known as one of the dumbest criminals to ever do it. And the reason why I say that, here's how Big Meech was. Here's how Big Meech was for those who don't know how Big Meech was.
Just a fool and his money will part. We do this, so we ain't worried about it. When we go out at night, whatever we spend, 50,000, 100,000 in the motherfucking club, we can afford to do it because we ain't bring it all with us.
So you have Big Meech talking like money's not an issue. Money is like secondary. It's like nothing. You know how he lived his life. You know, he made a whole lot of money, but he wasn't smart at all. So me and this individual were discussing it, and I said, what smart move did Big Meech ever make? None. He's going back. He said Big Meech is a man. Yeah, he's the man. He's the man of going out of his way to make money just to throw it away. Think about that. Big Meech went out of his way to make money, to throw it away, and go to jail. Think about that. That's all he did. You have Big Meech is notorious. He's notorious for throwing money away in dance clubs. You know what I'm talking about, strip clubs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's notorious for it. Buying bottles, buying out the bars. He's notorious for doing that. Spending hundreds of thousands of dollars whenever he goes out every night. He's known for that. Yeah, he wasn't that smart. He wasn't that smart at all. He's behind the bars right now. And for example, his son has to work for a living. Think about that. You had a man who said he made millions and billions of dollars. I heard him say he made billions. That's what I heard him say. And his son has to work for the next man. Think about that. So how is Big Meech smart if his son has to work for the next man? For example, I was trying to explain to my friend that, for example, Big Meech's son could have made the movie himself that he's acting in right now. The movie he's acting in right now, he could have made that movie himself and acting it at the same time and get all the money instead of just being the paid help. Think about that. His son is a paid help. Big Meech could have paid for his son to go to acting school. Big Meech could have paid for his son to get a director, an editor, everything you need to make a movie if he had the money. But he didn't have the money. He threw it all away. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't very smart. He went out of his way to make money just to throw it all away. Unbelievable.
Think was like the most you guys threw away in the club in one night?
I don't know. It just depends on how many people was there, because that's what it depends on. If you got 10 people with $10,000 and y'all all together as a crew to go spend money at the club, how much did your crew spend that night at the club? A lot of times people like, yeah, Big Meech wouldn't spend $300,000 at the club. Nah, Big Meech might have spent a 60. He wasn't crazy. Like, that know how to spend money. It's 30 other in the club that got bread. So collectively, at the next morning when go to looking at their pockets. I brought 20 out. I brought 10 out. I brought 18 out. I had 6 on me. We spent like $320,000 in that last night as a crew, as BMF. It was never nothing about one man with BMF. They trying to make it to one man, Big Meech alone at this point in time, but nah. Back then, it was always a community event, and that's what he created. He created every.
No businesses Big Meech owns, I had to explain to him. I'm not trying to bash Big Meech in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying he wasn't that smart of a person. There's nothing wrong with not being that smart. Not everyone's smart. It's unbelievable. For example, most of the individuals I was trying to explain to him who associate themselves with Big Meech, those individuals don't have any money. And the reason why they don't have any money, because they wasn't smart either. They used to throw their money away too, just like Big Meech. Think about that. They used to go out of their way to make money illegally, unfortunately. Not only did they make illegal money, but they threw the money they made away. What's the point of making money if you're going to throw it away? Think about that. It was very hard for him to comprehend what I'm saying. It still is. He said, nah, Big Meech. He was like, he was living, you know what Big Meech used to do? Only thing he used to do was throw his money away. That's why he has no money right now. His son is working for the next person. I heard Big Meech say my son is going to be driving Lambos and Ferraris and all these fancy cars when he becomes of age. I'm certain his son's not doing that right now. He doesn't own any of those cars outright. So Big Meech went out of his way to throw his money away just to go to jail. He just destroyed the community for no reason at all. And that's what I was trying to explain to him. He went out of his way to destroy the community, throw his money away, just go to jail, and now his son has to work for a living. How is he smart?
Of drug mafia suspects by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Tonight, more than 24 of the Metro's biggest suppliers are off the streets. First Alert 4's Russell Kinsall is following this story tonight.
Yeah, Corey, according to federal prosecutors, this was a drug distribution and money laundering operation. One suspect even charged with fraudulently getting a PPP loan during the pandemic. Now, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, 34 suspects were indicted by grand juries, more than 24 arrested. In court, prosecutors said those arrested were either members of or connected to an organization called the Black Mafia family. The criminal organization was involved in distributing fentanyl, heroin, methamphetamine, and cocaine. During a 3-month period in 2021, the criminal enterprise laundered nearly $1 million. Now, the special agent in charge of the St. Louis FBI office said, Jay Greenberg said, quote, "This week's takedown demolished multiple drug trafficking organizations, which were the main suppliers of methamphetamine, fentanyl, and cocaine into the St. Louis region." The feds say this was a long 4-year investigation.
He been had money. Money ain't nothing.
I'm trying to explain to him that all those guys from BMF none of them were smart. Not one, maybe 2. But no more than 3. These guys never decided to come together, open up a business together. They decided to come together to get a house under someone else's name, cars under someone else's name, everything else under someone else's name, but nothing legitimate under someone else's name to benefit them. That's why right now, when they're older in their old age now, they have, they don't want to work for a living. They didn't want to work for a living when they were younger. So, for certain, they're definitely not going to work for a living when they're older. No way. For example, J-Bo, 51 years old, 52 now, maybe 53. Going to jail at this age because he needs money, when he used to throw money away. That's what I'm trying to explain to this guy right here. How are they smart, and how are they the best to ever do it if at their old age they have to worry about money And they made so much money, allegedly. Don't forget, this is only for entertainment purposes. That's it. I'm just talking. That's it. These guys went out of their way to make money to throw it away. That's the bottom line. I mean, I'm sure they probably helped out the community, people who got their money, but they didn't help themselves out. They didn't help their families out. Unbelievable. A lot of these guys who go out of their way to commit crimes, they're not smart. They're not smart because they go out of their way to commit crimes, and they're not smart because they get caught. Think about it. Going out of their way to make money just to throw it away. That's cool. Oh, I'm cool. Oh, man. I'm about to go risk my life to make money just to go throw it away. Just for my kids to have to work for a living. Just for me to have to worry about money when I'm old now. Almost 60 years old. J-Bo is almost 60 years old. Think about that. He's almost at retirement age. He's almost a senior citizen now. Worrying about money. But they used to throw money away like it was fun. They were the best to ever do it. Still committing crimes at an old age. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these individuals, they're not smart. Big Meech's son has to work for a living. His father's a failure in a sense. He went out of his way to make money just to throw it away, go up out in the bars. Now his son has to work for a living. I'm not bashing him. I'm just speaking the facts. Google everything I'm saying if you think I'm lying. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up at all. Old criminals. They're not smart. Most criminals behind the bars right now are not smart. There's nothing wrong with not being smart, but you have to accept things for what it is. Big Meech is a failure. I'm not trying to diss him in any way, shape, or form, but I don't hear about Big Meech owning any companies. I just hear him talking about all the money he made and spent and threw away. I mean, anyone could do that, go to jail. Anyone could say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do all the extreme stuff in the world because you know I'm going to go to jail. Yeah. But people idolize individuals like him. Imagine idolizing a criminal. That means you probably won't be like that person right there. Imagine idolizing a criminal. These individuals are doing interviews. Individuals admire these criminals. That's why they say the world's a crazy place. But I'm saying, Big Meech, his son has to work for a living. What did he accomplish by making all that money? His son should own that movie right there. His son should have his own production company. His own studio. At least a small version of a studio. Maybe sitting on about 100 acres or something like that. He shouldn't have to go work for the next man and getting paid $100,000 for doing a show. Think about that. He wasn't smart at all. He went out of his way just to go to jail and destroy the community. Was it worth it? I mean, I guess he has stories to tell, but that's it. Stories. I guess he could write a book. Unbelievable. But it still won't change the fact his son has to work for a living. How is he smart? J-Bo, you know he's not smart. He was throwing his money away too. And the worst part about it, a lot of these guys, you know what? They would say to certain individuals who's kind of don't have as much out of them, say, you know what? He ain't nobody. Think about it. Think about that. But till next time, F Service TV, telephone. But don't forget, I see them do it. I mean, like I said, these guys are not smart. They go out of their way to make money just to throw it away. I mean, maybe I'm not smart. Maybe when I get older, I understand the concept. I mean, go out of my way to make money just to throw it away. Something to think about. I never heard about the richest person in the world going out of the throwing money away in the club. I never heard about that. I mean, maybe they do it, but I just never heard about it. I've never seen it for certain. Poor people with a few $1 million go out of their way, show people they got money, just go to jail, just to throw their money away. They're not smart. J-Bo's behind the bars right now. He's one of the oldest individuals behind the bars right now. Think about that. Imagine going behind the bars when you're almost 60 years old. Just trying to make money, the same thing that you used to throw away when you was younger. How does that make you feel when you're sitting in that jail cell right there? You saying to yourself, I wasn't smart at all. I wasn't smart. That's why I said a lot of these individuals was not smart. They were just lucky. Some of them lucky, some of them just went out of their way to get some type of recognition for whatever reason. But to have to worry about money when you're almost close to retirement age, and you have to go to jail when you're close to retirement age. When you was younger, you used to just talk about throwing money away. That must be embarrassing. Till next time. But I see them do it.